I'm like, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I said, you got a Republic steel jacket on. Did your brother work there or something? Nope. I just went to the Goodwill and I got this because I was cold. Oh. I said, oh, okay. He goes, I only done one thing my whole life. There's only one thing I know how to do. What's that, Byron? Drywall.
No way.
136 people upstairs.
I'm done. I'm done.
Welcome to Profits to the Profits podcast, where all things are possible when love is your bottom line. All are welcome here: entrepreneurs, business leaders, tradespeople, people from the past, present, and the future, like Elon Musk. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Just give us 20 minutes, and we think you'll get something out of it. I'm Steve.
And I'm Al, your pal.
And we're joined again for part 2 with Mr. Michael Reid. Thanks for coming back, Mr. Michael.
Thank you very much again for having me.
And we all are wearing the same clothes. It's the last episode, so. Mike joined us and talked about his testimony, and you've got to check that out. The link I'll put right here. It's a very good discussion about his time working in the entertainment industry, and then how God led him to his ministry that he's in now, which we're going to talk about. We had such a great discussion last time about your testimony that we wanted to save this part to just have its own space, right?
Yep.
So we usually open up with a lighthearted conversation. Al, do you have an idea of what we could maybe talk about here just for a couple minutes before we start the conversation with Mike?
Yeah, let's talk about whether you're over or under when it comes to the toilet paper roll.
Okay. That's a big thing.
So you have toilet paper rolls.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And you install them in your bathroom.
Right.
And, you know, God forbid, your wife has to install more than you install. That's an argument in itself.
Yeah.
Will anyone ever change the roll? She's like aggravated. So I changed the roll, right? Okay, right. I changed the roll. My marriage is secure, but Mike, it's not. It's not secure. You know why?
Why?
Because you have to go either over with the roll or under.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you have to put the paper in the right way that your wife likes too. So which is it in your house? Is it over or under?
It's over.
It's over. Yeah. Not in my house. My wife likes it under.
No way.
She is.
I thought it was just a typical
Is
thing.
that a
Everybody wants it
European
over.
thing? Like a European?
She is
She
German.
wants it under.
Maybe.
I just think she likes to be different.
Because I had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever experienced that conversation.
Okay.
Was, why did you put toilet paper on there like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? I thought maybe I didn't put it completely on the.
Yeah.
Thing.
I didn't
She's
even
like, it's under. And I don't like it under. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then she had to show me.
Yeah.
And ever since then, probably on and off for the last 30 years since I dated her, like I think about that.
Yeah.
And so that's.
You're traumatized.
I was. It was.
I'm going to tell you why she likes it under. She's shorter to the ground, so she's.
So instead of PTSD, it's TPSD for you.
TPSD.
I just made that up. That's
My
pretty funny.
gosh, that is outstanding.
But what do you guys do with the remnants? Do you put it on the bathroom counter?
Oh, when it gets down real low?
Yeah, when it gets down low.
yeah.
What do you do with it?
I put it on the top of the new roll.
Oh.
So it's just right there, and you can finish it that way.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Brilliant.
have just maybe more than one? Just got one on the back of the toilet, one on a shelf, just so you can grab, to choose which one to grab, or do you have
We
to
have
just?
We have that little stand that you can stack
Okay.
4 up
Okay.
right by the
And our house is just disorganized. We have a roll here, a roll there, roll on the floor, and you just. I've got a teenager, so.
Well, we'll have a 20-pack upstairs. We'll have a 10-pack in the middle. We'll have a 20-pack downstairs, all ready to go, okay? Because we have 3 levels. And then we have the rack where you put it on, and the rack has to be at least half full. And, we have way too much process in my house. We had 3 calendars because there was a lot of, we have several kids, but everyone has a color. They have all their stuff, and the kids been trained. You got to put it on the calendar, or else. I'm traumatized. I'm overwhelmed by organization and calendars.
All right.
There you go.
Someone stole our calendar.
Really?
Yeah, we caught them. They got 12 months. Yeah.
All right. Well, that discussion about toilet paper loosely brings us to the topic of the day. And the topic of the day is... Jehovah Java.
Wait, Steve, did you use AI to come up with that
No,
cover?
I came up with that on my own. Jehovah Java. We're talking coffee today. I have an interesting fact for you. What is the most traded commodity in the world?
The traded commodity in the world. Well, I know 4 or 5 years ago it was toilet paper.
Yeah,
I don't think that.
Yeah,
I don't think that's sustained. But what do you think?
I'm not sure. I tried to go paperless in the coffee shop, but
Did you?
I was worried about when someone used the bathroom. It would be a little difficult.
Save the trees.
Yeah. The most traded commodity?
Yeah, we're talking about coffee.
Traded.
What is the most traded?
I feel like this is a loaded question due to the subject matter,
Or
but
perhaps give it a shot.
Do it. Pick it.
I'm going to say coffee.
No,
I was gonna say, coffee for 500, Steve?
it is oil.
Oil. All right.
Coffee is number 2.
Oh, really?
Coffee is the second most traded commodity globally.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That is interesting.
As long as ChatGPT is right. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting. So what better way to bring people closer to God than with a cup of coffee, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to do right now. Hell, who do we have here today for part 2 of our discussion?
Joining us now to talk about Jehovah Java
Yeah.
is Michael Reid. He's the executive director of the Rise of Western New York, right? Mm-hmm. Rise of Western New York is a community coffee house, reaching and inspiring and serving, even empowering for the cause of Christ. Now, this is a Christ-centered community coffee house. It's a nonprofit organization. It's right here in Buffalo, New York.
Yep. And through Rise, Michael works to create spaces where people can experience, fellowship, belonging, discover purpose, develop practical life and employment skills, which is, massive. It's a huge thing. Again, check out the last episode with Michael, and he shares a little bit of that and a story about somebody that, they touched in a great way. Mike, thank you so much for joining us, Prophets to the Prophets. Now, we want to hear about this ministry because it's just such a great thing you're doing there. Tell us how you got involved in it, and then, of course, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I ended up at Seneca Gospel Mission, right, which I think we covered in the first part, right? So, but in that, and I think Al said it great, that we were looking for what's the next chapter, things must move forward. And Seneca Gospel Mission was an incredibly successful and an amazing Christian organization, interdenominational. And I just had this leaning that, it was time for us to take our skill sets and our talents and our knowledge and our faith out of that neighborhood and into where we could have a bigger impact. So that's really where it all started for me. And then looking into that, we were very involved over the summer we basically took care of kids all summer long. So for low-income families. So we did a week of reading camp. We did a week of Bible camp. We did 6 weeks of what we called summer camp. So the whole summer we had lower income working parents covered with free childcare. Yep. They got free breakfast, they got free lunch. So, and we were doing this in partnership with 2 other organizations. So it was 3 of us coming together to make this happen. It got so big that we had to bring in Buffalo Mayor Summer Youth to help us, which is a program for, again, low-income families. You have to financially qualify. First job for most teenagers coming from that population.
Yeah, you can come in at as early as 14 years old.
Right, very young, yeah. And very quickly I found out that these kids had no, I'm just going to say it, they had no clue what it's like to hold a job and have this kind of responsibility. So we decided to start a employment readiness, like a training. So 1 day a week, they didn't have to do the programming. And I created that in partnership with 716 Ministries. So they had been doing this for the adult populations for a long time, right? So go to somebody who knows what's going on. Yep. But they had never done a kids program. But I worked with them very closely to use their curriculum, but then I always want to say dummy it down, but that's not the right expression, to simplify it so that it could be used with that.
And if I could add,
Yeah.
I remember you going out into the community and asking the parents there what they wanted for their kids. And a lot of feedback was like, they need to learn how to hold a job. I remember you.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, that was a big impact too. We were seeing it, and you were also hearing it from parents. Like, help my kid get a job and hold a job.
I wanted to follow up with all the kids that left the program to see how successful we were. How quickly did they get a job on their own? And when they did, how long were they able to maintain it? Results were dismal, like not good. And so upon prayer and reflection, it was, what are we doing? What could we do better? And I believe this came from the Lord, that the metaphor of baseball, because I'm a baseball guy, I play baseball, right? We're teaching baseball from the front of a desk, right? And you can teach elements of the game. 9 innings, offense, defense, 3 outs per inning, you score runs, the whole thing. But can we say our kids, when they're done with their program, can play baseball? They've never thrown a ball. They've never ran around the bases. They never swung a bat. We can't. So the coffee house, Rise Coffee House, is the diamond. That's the baseball diamond. A wise man who once lived in the United States, Ben Franklin, said, if you tell me, I'll forget. If you show me, I'll remember something. But if you let me do, I'll learn. So that's really the genesis behind Rise. That's why we developed it. We developed it first and foremost to be an employment readiness training program for at-risk teenagers. But it's evolved to much, much more than that.
Now, when you brought this concept up, I was in the middle of like the realization that you can use a vocation or a business for God's glory.
Amen. Yes.
Right? And I was even seeing some friends, some people coming to me asking advice that wanted to open up coffee shops just to be like hey, I want to, share Christ at this coffee shop thing. And I was like, I was like primed and ready. So when you brought the idea, I'm like, yeah.
You were.
I was like, yeah, that's awesome. That's the way. But I'm telling you, that wasn't digested that easily by many people. They're like, you're saying a ministry is going to start a business. Basically what people think. Like, how is that a ministry?
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't get it. You're like, we there's a need. Everybody is telling us, even these parents. And here it is. This is the answer, and we love Jesus. We're going to share Jesus in the process and show the love of Christ in the process of helping and teaching these children and teenagers, and that. So I was seeing you face that obstacle, right? Because you faced it.
Yeah, and thank you for being such a proponent of it. You were incredible. But a Christian coffee house is not a novel idea. Yeah. Okay, they've been around since the '60s. So my thing was, why do they have a higher mortality rate as a business than regular coffee houses? So I looked up, I did it as thorough as I'm capable of doing, internet search for any coffee house around the United States, a Christian coffee house. And I would just call. 9 out of 10 times, nobody'd answer, wouldn't get a call back. But every now and then I did. And I was really anxious to talk to the people who were out of business. What happened? Like, can you just help me? What advice would you give someone just starting up one? And what I found out was that, as devoted Christians wanting to use this platform as a gospel with a front door, kind of situation, you get into it with all that enthusiasm, but then very quickly the reality of the business aspect, where you have to have more revenue coming in than you have money going out. And they would move from the priority being all the ministry they were doing there to staying afloat. And it went from ministry to almost pure business with a side of ministry. So from the very beginning, I was adamant of telling everyone, if this becomes purely a business, we're off mission.
Yep.
We have to obviously face the reality of, we're a nonprofit, but making it at the end of every year. But we cannot for a minute be distracted from the ministry part of it. Well, then how do you do that? Well, you get people to support you from the outside in so that you're not so dependent on the POS at the register. And we have drinks that at our competitors, it's a pay what you can for the simple things: coffee, tea, hot chocolate, hot cider. It's pay what you can. But for the espressos, the ice cream based drinks, the coolers, we can't. We can't. They cost too much.
Yeah.
But we have a suggested minimum donation.
Okay.
And it's barely above cost. So we're very inexpensive that way because it has to be a functioning business for the kids to learn, as I said in the beginning.
Right.
So they have to have that experience coming in. We're also situated, there's 136 Section 8 seniors that live directly above us in the building. So being very aware of their financial situation and the isolation they face as seniors, we wanted to make it very affordable for them to come down and to create community.
That's great. How often do you get somebody that comes in and gives you like a nice big tip donation just for the coffee?
Yeah, it happens because we have what we call social volunteers. Because when the people do come in from either the neighborhood or they come in from upstairs, I want them greeted at the door. They're trained to know, like, there's obviously nonverbals and verbals that indicate that this person wants to be left alone. Like, you know, and we respect that. Absolutely. But I'm telling you, 80 to 90% of the time, they don't want to be left alone. They want to talk. They want to visit. We introduce them to the other the regulars that are there. We try to create community. We've been said that we're like the Cheers of the coffee houses because, you know,
everybody knows.
Everybody will know your name within your first 2 visits kind of thing. Because our faith is relational, right? Our faith is all about relational. And I'm not making a negative comment to anyone else who has a Christian coffee house or whatever. But our decision was to keep it open and welcome and friendly to the non-believer, to the seeker, or anyone of any other faith. We don't, it's not overt. Like, you know, we don't have a massive Christian branding part of it. You know, RISE is reaching, inspiring, serving, and empowering. And when you come into the shop, you might see scripture on a board or you'll see something here or there, but it's just not in your face. We don't proselytize.
Gotcha.
It's let them see there's something different about this place and there's something different about us. And let them get curious about what that is.
I appreciate that.
You know,
that there's a lot to be said about letting God do the messaging as opposed to feeling like you have to be the one to somehow have the perfect message, because we'll never have the perfect message. So not to, you know, put things in place and view where people can see it, but you know, God will work it out. And it sounds like he has.
They take action in love. And then, and that's, you're going to share love like Christ. And, those don't have to be words. It could be an arm around somebody, there to hear them, to cry with them, to pray with them, like to encourage them, and to be that place that they can come. There might be lonely in life, and they have no interaction. There's plenty of people that come that don't have they don't live with anybody.
That's so true.
And you show the love of Christ, it's going to be very evident that there's something different. And they're going to want to know. Like you said, they're going to be curious, and you take the opportunity when you can, to lead someone to Christ when that happens.
A couple stories that you have of people that have come through there and, you know, how their lives have been changed.
Absolutely.
I'm not exaggerating. There are so many. And I know we always look for that, like, dramatic transformation, you know, that person who was struggling with addiction or
parking garage story.
Yeah. And we don't proselytize. I told you that. We lead with breadcrumbs. We don't smack people with the loaf when they walk in the door. They're part of our program. But there was one young lady, and I'm 63, so anyone under 40 is young to me, but she was in her 20s, and she went through our whole 20-hour program, and she was about to graduate, and this whole time, there's a lot of time where we have with the kids. It's not busy. And that's our time to get to know them and develop trust. And I'll tell you, one of the things that is the greatest reward to us is when kids finish the program and don't want to leave. But there was one young lady, and she was about to finish the program and leave, and she was crying. And I was just led. I said, I kind of broke my own rule. I said, do you mind if we pray for you? And she was like, I would love that. And we all came over, put our hands on her, we prayed for her. And then she told us that she has a form of leukemia. And she had to get bone marrow draft from her sister. And she was on the fence about faith, but her experience with us pushed her over the edge.
Wow.
There's no greater reward than that. And that's just one. I can tell you a funny one when we were building the place. So we were, am I going to get arrested if I talk about things we shouldn't have done?
It's only a podcast. You can say anything on a podcast.
We had no permits. We had right. So we're converting this law office to the coffee house, and we had to knock down walls. And I don't know, Al, you know me. I had huge budgets at Warner Brothers, like $1 million budgets for these programs. So I'm very, very OCD about accounting for every dollar spent. So every business line, and then never going over budget, that kind of thing. So I had that with the coffee house. I had everything. Well, not being good with a screwdriver or hammer, you tear down the walls, there's a big gap in the wall that has to be filled, right? And I had no idea. So we had a dumpster in the back. I'm hauling out debris. I'm very frustrated and upset with myself because we've hit a spot now where we can't go further with the floor or painting or anything till we get these walls patched. And there were several of them. There's a man standing out by the dumpster watching. I just addressed him when I went out there the first time. Hey, how you doing? Go out there again. He's still there. Go out there again. He's still there. So finally I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, good. And I got to do his, he had like an accent, right? Because he wasn't from Buffalo. I knew right away, right? Yeah. So I'm like, what's your name? He's like, my name is Byron. I'm like, Byron, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Louisiana. I'm like, what are you doing here? My brother, he lives in the building upstairs. He had a stroke, and I'm here to take care of him until he's able to get on his feet. I'm like, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I said, you got a Republic steel jacket on. Did your brother work there or something? Nope. I just went to the Goodwill, and I got this because I was cold. I said, oh, okay. He goes, I only done one thing my whole life. There's only one thing I know how to do. What's that, Byron? Drywall.
No way.
136 people upstairs.
I'm done. I'm done.
Guy doesn't even live.
I'm laughing.
The guy doesn't even live in Buffalo.
Wow.
What are the odds?
God sent him from Louisiana.
This is what I like.
To your dumpster.
Right? First class, all the way. No, like when people ask me about my faith and I tell stories like that, all kidding aside, it's like I just look at them in the eyes and I go, what's the odds? Tell me what the odds were. Wow. 136 residents. One guy he was interested in what we were doing.
Yeah.
And he only knows how to do drywall. So I bring him in. I'm like, Byron, you help us here? He's like, I'll give you a list. I have this done in 2 days.
Whoa.
We agreed upon a price, and off Byron went.
I'm sure I've heard this, but I almost am hearing this for the first time.
Yeah.
That is blowing me away.
Another time this lady comes in. She's at the counter. I feel a heaviness in her. And I don't know this, never met this woman before in my life. I said, ma'am, is everything okay? And she starts crying. She goes, no. She goes, my brother-in-law, he's in a nursing home. He fell out of bed yesterday and he broke his back. I don't know what to do. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, would you be receptive to prayer? And she goes, yes, I would. And I think she just thought we'd add her to our prayers. That whole thing, I'll pray for you and add it to your prayers.
Yeah.
I come around, the two guys I have there come around. People heard it in the coffee shop, got off their chairs and came over.
You all prayed right there with her.
Yeah.
Even people who were just visiting.
Yeah. Now I'm going to start tearing up. But
wow.
Yeah, these are we have a lot of these moments. We had a guy that lives upstairs just a month ago, had a seizure in our coffee shop.
Whoa.
Okay. It took the ambulance 22 minutes to get him to the point where they could move him to the hospital. If he would have had that seizure in his room, he would have died.
Yeah.
So he had it in the coffee shop. So we offer, one of the things we do too is we offer anyone upstairs a hand. Everyone needs an extra hand, right? Moving furniture, hanging a picture, going to the bank, shopping, getting a prescription. We take care of that for them.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Stuff we do.
Wow.
And just so if you're in Buffalo, it's on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like a block or two away from Parkside.
Yep. Go past the zoo, hit Hurdle.
Yeah.
Make a right,
Make a right.
100 yards up on the right.
Yeah, and this big community building above you is like, probably 3-4 stories of apartment buildings for the
136 residents.
elderly. Wow, and you're right there below, next to a nice barbershop, I think, too.
So this has been open like for 5 or 6 years now.
No, we'll be year 3, November 15th of this year.
All right,
year 3.
Is there plans of possibly opening another one anywhere else?
I'd like to. I mean, we have to be open to expanding. We need a bigger place.
Yeah.
We need a bigger place. We've outgrown that place.
Yeah.
And we're very flexible to the needs of whoever we're serving. We have 9 organizations that now bring us students. Buffalo Psych, Beyond Support Network, New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, Compass House, Jericho Road. I'm going to be missing. We have an internship program with Kenton Big Picture, so kids with learning disabilities. We're working with BOCES to start a program this September. And we won Business of the by the Western New York Consortium for People with Disabilities. We won Business of the Year in 2025. And I asked them, what are we doing different than other people are? And they said, you're letting them do. Wow. You have a soft skills curriculum that no one else has. Because soft skills are essential, right? And in that we teach work ethic, right? We teach initiative, we teach punctuality, we teach communication, conflict resolution or problem solving, and we do interview training, interview practice,
and how to be polite.
Yeah,
like people overlook.
Absolutely,
nobody teaches that.
Absolutely,
how to be polite, just caring. In communication, it's amazing. Taking responsibility for what you did. I hear some of the stories and I think about like that usually happens at home sometimes, right? And I say not all the times, but a lot of times that happens at home. And maybe these folks didn't get that.
Yeah.
Maybe they, like you said, with Compass House, maybe they didn't have that because they don't have a home.
And it's the simple things, right? Like, I'll use Buffalo Psych, for example. They bring the patients out into the community, and it's not easy for them to walk into a place with 8 or 9 people and have them be welcome. I'm just going to say it like it is. They don't spend a lot of money, right? And the amount of medication, it's very obvious that that this is a group or a sign. And this is stuff they've told me. So, they've said that this is a great place because we walk in here and we feel welcome. You address everybody. You get to know them. You're asking them questions about their lives. You're sitting down with them.
Treating them like
treating
a
with
person.
respect,
Yeah.
listening to them, validating them. We're all created in God's image, right? We all have potential, and not overlooking that with anyone. Another example, we had a kid. His name is Jeremiah. And again, this is how we adapt to every individual need based on what the caseworker or the occupational therapist is telling us. They said, his caseworker said, I don't care if at the end of 20 weeks, this kid can hand over a cup of coffee to a customer. I don't care. What we need to work on him with is he's completely isolated himself. He doesn't come out of his room. He takes his meals in his room. He doesn't communicate with anyone. He is in his own world. He has no social competency. He's lacking complete social competency. Wow. So whatever you guys can do to help him, so that becomes a team meeting. Here's what we need to do with Jeremiah. So as we train him, we're going to emphasize these things. We're going to really, really give him the boost and self-confidence he needs. We're going to love on him, share the love of the Lord on him. And I'm not saying this to brag because it's not me. We have a great team. It's a great team. But you wouldn't have recognized this kid at the end of 20 weeks.
Yeah.
He's doing the happy dance. I have it on video.
What?
You look us up on Facebook and look up Jeremiah, and you'll see Jeremiah
We'll show it right here.
doing the happy dance.
And I'll edit it in right
We
here.
do that every now and then. If we're having a good day and a kid's or person is having a good day, we break out into the happy dance just for fun.
That's amazing.
I love it.
It's fun. So it's expanded from just helping at-risk teens to working with the intellectually disabled and the mentally disabled or challenged.
Wow.
So we impacted over 120 people last year between our one-on-one programming and our group programming, and we're just expanding. It's the need is great. It really is out there. The need is great.
So We're going to wrap up this second part. If you haven't seen it, watch the first part with Michael sharing his testimony. And because we're prophets of the prophets and about business and faith, let's finish it off this way. So your story starts in the corporate world and then ends here. So we have people watching. They're like, man, I don't know if I want to do what I'm doing anymore. I want to do something like this. What is your take on that? Encouragement, tips, whatever you have. What from your experience to where you were to where you are now?
I think it'd be when you're doing the Lord's work, and you're blessed with that opportunity and that responsibility is given to you. The Lord will let you know that you're doing it. You're pleasing Him. Mm-hmm. I have found that to be true. Mm-hmm. And that feeling, that reward, what you get from that, you can't compare to anything. Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds cliche to a great degree, but I'm living testimony that it is absolutely true. When I was younger, I volunteered at hospice in Florida when I lived in Florida. And there were two guys with weeks to live. One guy had awards. He was a realtor. He had awards all over his bedroom and stuff. The other guy had nothing on his walls but a few pictures of family. The guy with the nothing on his walls was nonstop people coming in to say their goodbyes, coming in to visit him. The other guy, nobody. And the rewards of the world, what our world has taught us is success is counter to what in reality is success. Yeah. And we can find that in Jesus Christ, in the Gospels of Jesus Christ and in His messages. Yeah. So when you live it, you'll know it. Yeah. You'll know it. Yeah. He will let you know it.
Yeah, to live is Christ, to die is gain.
Yeah. But thanks for giving us some encouragement.
The greatest legacy is changed lives, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, that's what we're after.
Do you know what time it is now?
It's no. I honestly don't.
You have a short-term memory. It is
something fun.
Time for something fun. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a little contest between you and Al.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be trivia. Mm-hmm. And 10 questions. The first one, it's multiple choice. The first one to get three right wins.
You're going down.
Okay.
What are you going to do when these 20-inch pythons come down on
I'm going to tear off those pythons. I'm going to tear off them big time.
Okay, yes. You have to answer all these questions
in the voice of
as Donald Trump. Okay?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And if you haven't seen the first part, make sure you watch it so you can
I think it's going to be great. You should stay tuned. It's going to be fantastic.
What voice do I do, Steve? Cheerio, chap.
Sure, Deuce, come up with something.
No,
all right.
I don't have anything.
Here we go. Question number 1. Mm-hmm. Which country, this is coffee trivia. Trivia. So Mike's going to have it. Should have an advantage.
No,
if Al beats you, you're in trouble.
I have no advantage.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Multiple choice. Once again, Mike, you get the first question. Which country is the largest producer of coffee in the world? Is it A, Colombia, B, Vietnam, C, Brazil, or D, Ethiopia?
I'm going to go with Brazil.
You're going to say C, Brazil? You got it.
Nice.
Up 1-0. Al, your first question.
All right.
What two main species account for most of the world's coffee production? Is it A, Arabica and Robusta, B, Kona and Mocha, C, Espresso and Latte, or D, Java and Colombian?
I think it is A.
It's A.
Arabica.
Arabica and Robusta?
Si, senor.
Oh, you got it right.
Yes!
It's 1-1. All right. Mike, your next question. Which coffee drink is made with espresso and steamed milk? Is it A, an Americano, B, a cappuccino, C, black coffee, or D, cold brew?
I think it's B. It's definitely B. If it's not B, it's going to be. Because it's got to be B.
That's right. You didn't do the first one, did you?
No, I didn't.
That's all right.
Okay. So, he says B, cappuccino. Is he right to take a 2-1 lead? Yes, you're up.
I loved him in The Godfather. I thought he was great, Cappuccino. He was very fantastic. Al Cappuccino.
Not only do you do the voice, but you're really good comedically. Well, how does your brain come
I know
up
he
with
comes
stuff?
up with stuff so fast. Okay,
so-
your second question, Al.
He's really, really, really intelligent.
Coffee beans are actually what? Is it A, nuts, B, seeds, C, grains, or D, roots?
See, I'm like
That was
really
terrible.
I'm really focused on how you horribly
That
ruined
was terrible.
that.
That was terrible.
And I couldn't even hear what
Okay,
you said to
coffee
me.
beans are actually what? A, nuts, B, seeds, C, grains, D, roots.
I think they're seeds.
To tie it up to 2, is it seeds? Yes! Yes! All right, you guys are killing this. All right, Mike.
Great.
To get to 3, but then Al will have a chance to tie it, and then we'll go to OT. According to legend, coffee was discovered by a goat herder in which country? Is it A, Brazil, B, Italy, C, Ethiopia, or D, Mexico?
Ethiopia.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's that country with an E. Ethiopia.
Which
Ethiopia.
don't you want to? Aren't we going to buy Ethiopia, Donald?
I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna hit him hard, very hard, very hard. I'm gonna hit that goat herder, that one that discovered coffee. He's gonna be working in my cabinet. He's a smart guy, very smart. He invented coffee. People say it's a great drink.
I heard Trump doesn't drink coffee.
What?
You don't drink coffee.
I don't know where you heard that. I think it's all that's false, fake news. Al's all about fake news. It's incredibly fake news.
I heard it was Diet Coke all day.
Is it C, Ethiopia, to take the lead 3-2? Yes,
What?
you got it. So
How
it's
did you know
3-2.
that?
Because I know the history of coffee. Actually, he saw the way it impacted goats, and he was like, hey. And then
All
he
right.
gave it to the monks.
So you can tie here 3-3. Got to give you a chance, right, to tie it. Which country is famous for the Kona coffee variety? Is it A, Jamaica, B, the United States, C, Indonesia, or D, Kenya?
How about Jamaica?
You're going to say A, Jamaica for the Kona coffee?
I have no idea.
To push it to overtime? Mm-hmm. You are wrong. Mike wins! Woo! I should
job.
say the Donald wins.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't know the answer to that question. I did not know the answer to that
Thank
question.
God I got that one. What's the right answer?
Yeah. what
Oh,
is
yeah,
it?
it's the United States.
Oh.
Hawaii.
Oh,
Hawaii.
yeah. It makes
That threw me off.
sense.
I'm thinking, I didn't hear Hawaii, but I'm like,
Kona.
wait a minute.
I was going to say
That's
Hawaii, but didn't want to,
You totally
I
got
didn't
me.
want to go to overtime. Although I should have wanted to, because listening to the Donald is absolutely pure entertainment.
So Donald,
Yeah.
before we close out this, and we
What's
had
going
something-
on, Al? What's going on? What's on your mind?
Is there
Al?
anything that you want people to know about Rise of Western New York's? You know what I mean? I don't want to cut you short. I want it to be out there. Tell everyone.
Yeah.
Something that you wanted them to hear.
Please.
Well, I think you should come to Rise because it's a great place. Probably a beautiful place. Probably the greatest coffee place. It's gorgeous. You're going to love it. People love it. They love it all the time. They come all the time. When you do come to Rise, not only are you going to have a great cup of coffee, a very affordable one too, I would say. Cheaper than gas. Very cheaper than a lot of gas. People say it's a lot cheaper anyways. But not only that, but you are going to also be supporting our work of working with the intellectually disabled and all the great work that's done, the kingdom work that's done at that place. So I hope to see you there. If I don't see you there, I'm going to send ice your way. We're going to bring you there. It's going to
You
be...
can't say that, Donald.
It's going to be iced coffee. You guys were talking about iced coffee. I like that. I liked iced coffee. When they drink coffee, are they iced coffee agents? I don't know. Probably. Oh, you can't run that.
Oh, yes, we can.
Oh no.
We are cutting edge here. If you gotta have a little sense of humor,
That was beautiful.
you know me. I'll go with it. All right.
Oh,
that was
so
fantastic. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I really consider this an honor, pleasure, and a privilege.
It was
Thank you.
fun, man.
Thank you for sharing your
All
story
right.
and how God's working with this. It's
Amen.
amazing.
All right, and we like to end every episode by saying,
But what it profit a man if he gain the whole world,
but lose his
Soul.
Prophets to the prophets here.